Have you ever felt that inexplicable pull towards someone? A connection so profound it feels like destiny, yet you can't quite put your finger on why. What if I told you that this magnetic attraction isn't just a random twist of fate, but a deeply rooted psychological phenomenon, a silent dialogue between unconscious forces, playing out a sophisticated dance within your very being? Forget fleeting glances or charming smiles. The true reasons people are drawn to you, almost irresistibly, lie far beneath the surface, echoing the profound insights of a visionary mind that mapped the hidden landscapes of the human psyche. Stay with me, because in the next few moments, we're going to unravel the 2 astonishing reasons why someone truly falls in love with you. Insights that will forever change how you view romantic connections, moving beyond the superficial to touch the core of psychological reality. And if you're curious to dive even deeper into the hidden architecture of the human psyche and unlock resources that can help you navigate these complex emotional landscapes, make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment below. It's packed with exclusive content designed to help you understand yourself and your relationships on a whole new level, offering practical tools to transform your connections from merely superficial to truly profound, lasting bonds. We often romanticize love as a sudden, magical spark, an unforeseen collision of souls, believing it to be a serendipitous occurrence that defies logic or prediction, a cosmic alignment that just happens. Yet, for a profound thinker like Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, even the most electrifying attraction adheres to an intrinsic design, an internal logic meticulously crafted not by chance, but by the intricate workings of the unconscious mind. What manifests as an instantaneous bond, a feeling of having known someone forever after just moments, is rarely, if ever, truly spontaneous. It is, in fact, the tangible culmination of unseen forces, meticulously shaped by decades of internal evolution, perhaps spanning 30 or even 40 years of an individual's psychological landscape, encompassing unaddressed emotions, unresolved conflicts, and unfulfilled desires that subtly guide their choices. Behind every immediate connection lies a sophisticated structure, a silent blueprint of the psyche that subtly directs us towards specific individuals while bypassing others, almost like an internal compass pointing to what we need to encounter for our growth. This is precisely where Jung introduces his groundbreaking concept of projection. Each of us carries within us a treasury of hidden images, fragmented aspects of who we are, who we once were, or who we ardently aspire to become. These potent images are frequently suppressed, denied, or relegated to the obscure corners of our unconscious, often because they challenge our conscious self-image or were deemed unacceptable in our formative years. However, they do not simply vanish. Instead, they lie dormant, awaiting activation, holding significant psychological energy, often communicating with us through the compelling presence of others. When we encounter someone who resonates deeply with these inner fragments, someone who seems to embody these hidden aspects of ourselves, we experience an undeniable pull, a sense of attraction that can feel enigmatic, even miraculous, as if we've found our missing piece. But the profound truth is, we are not merely perceiving them as they are in their objective reality. We are witnessing a powerful reflection of a part of ourselves, mirrored in their very being, a part that our conscious mind may have long forgotten or actively suppressed, a piece of our own soul returning to us through the external world. Consider, for instance, a seasoned architect, perhaps in their late 40s or early 50s, who has navigated their existence with an unwavering sense of prudence, their life meticulously planned, every risk calculated, every detail accounted for. This individual might have consistently avoided spontaneous decisions, viewing emotional vulnerability as a potential weakness or an unnecessary complication in their perfectly ordered world. When they cross paths with an individual, let's say a bohemian artist in their early 30s, who exudes an unbridled spirit, who is openly expressive and fearlessly authentic, embracing spontaneity and emotional freedom, living by instinct, rather than rigid schedules, the architect might find themselves utterly captivated. This profound feeling transcends mere admiration. It is a powerful resonance, an internal chord struck by an external presence. That other person embodies something latent within the architect, a dormant potential for creative abandon, emotional liberation, and a more fluid approach to life that has been obscured beneath years of careful self-preservation and rigid adherence. To structure, the attraction is undeniably genuine, but the true impetus behind it is the unconscious mind responding to precisely what it requires for its own continued evolution. A vital piece of the psychological puzzle it seeks to integrate into a more complete self. The inverse scenario holds equally true. Someone might develop deep affection for you, not because of your discernible characteristics like your profession as a meticulous forensic accountant or your quiet, introspective demeanor, but because you, perhaps unknowingly, symbolize something they perceive as missing within themselves, a particular trait, a specific quality, an emotional resonance they have been instinctively seeking, a missing shade in their emotional palette that completes their inner spectrum. You become the quintessential missing piece, the living embodiment of an aspect of themselves they have yet to fully cultivate, a beacon illuminating a path to greater wholeness and integration of their own personality. Reason 1. You represent a quality they inherently lack or have suppressed. It transcends the simplistic notion of opposites attracting. Rather, it's about how contrasting qualities illuminate what is absent, what needs to be integrated within one's own psyche for greater balance and completeness. A meticulously analytical individual who relies heavily on logic and empirical data might find themselves irresistibly drawn to someone profoundly intuitive, someone who navigates the world not by cold reason but by gut feeling, by an almost mystical understanding of patterns. An inherently solitary spirit, accustomed to quiet contemplation and internal worlds, might discover profound connection with an gregarious personality, someone who thrives in social interaction, radiates warmth, and brightens every room they enter. A highly organized soul, whose life is a carefully constructed edifice of routines and plans, might be utterly fascinated by someone who embraces delightful spontaneity, living day to day with an unscripted charm and a willingness to follow impulse. However, this admiration, powerful and captivating as it is, can perilously morph into dependence if the individual fails to recognize that the very qualities they admire in you are, in fact, latent potentials within their own being, waiting to be nurtured and brought into conscious awareness. They might cling to you, not out of an authentic, selfless affection, but from an unconscious, unacknowledged need, seeing you as a necessary external anchor for their own internal imbalance, believing that your presence is the sole source of these missing qualities. And the moment that need shifts, or as soon as your undeniable humanity, with all its beautiful flaws and complexities, your moments of doubt, or your own need for solitude, disrupts their meticulously crafted idealized image, the powerful attraction may begin to wane, often dramatically and painfully. This is the inherent peril of projection. It fabricates an illusion of connection that frequently cannot withstand the unvarnished truth of reality. It builds a castle on sand, beautiful but ultimately fragile, vulnerable to the tides of real life interaction, and when that fragile illusion inevitably shatters, the affection built upon its foundation begins to disintegrate, leaving behind confusion and bitter disappointment, a clear sign that the love was never truly about the person, but about the projected ideal, the unconscious self-completion project. Jung's exploration did not conclude with projection. He propelled his ideas further with his intricate concept of the anima and animus archetypal images of the opposing gender that reside deep within the human psyche. For Jung, every man carries within him an unconscious representation of the feminine, which he termed his anima, embodying qualities like receptivity, emotionality, intuition, and connection to the relational world. Similarly, every woman harbors an unconscious image of the masculine, her animus, representing qualities like assertiveness, logic, initiative, and rational thought. These are not arbitrary preferences or culturally imposed roles. They are profound inner figures, meticulously shaped by our earliest formative relationships, particularly with parental figures, how our mother related to our father, how our father related to our mother, and our own early experiences of gender roles, and by the collective tapestry of symbols representing femininity and masculinity, inherited from culture, ancient myths, and the very fabric of the human psyche itself, passed down through generations. Over the passage of time, perhaps over 20 to 30 years of development, these powerful archetypes become emotionally charged blueprints, deeply ingrained patterns of what the ideal masculine or feminine might be for that individual. We carry them, often without conscious awareness, shaping our dreams, fantasies, and even our waking perceptions, until one day we encounter someone who appears to fit them flawlessly. When this extraordinary alignment occurs, the attraction can be utterly overwhelming, almost as if an internal switch has been flipped. There is frequently a profound sense of familiarity, a feeling of déjà vu, as if we have known this individual for an eternity, across lifetimes, even if our acquaintance is remarkably recent, perhaps only a few weeks or months. It can feel like an undeniable predestination, a recognition of kindred souls, or the reawakening of some ancient, forgotten memory from deep within our ancestral consciousness, a powerful sense of having come home. Yet, Jung would offer a profound cautionary perspective. This is not an inescapable fate. It is not irrefutable proof of cosmic soulmates. It is, rather, the psyche discerning its own intricate internal design reflected in another human being, a mirror reflecting an inner landscape that has long been waiting for external manifestation. Reason 2. You awaken a potent unconscious image they have carried within them for a lifetime. You resonate with an internal pattern that stirs powerful, often irrational, emotion bypassing conscious thought entirely and flooding the individual with intense feelings. This is precisely why the connection feels immediate and profoundly inexplicable, often defying logical explanation. It is not fundamentally about you as an individual in your everyday personality. It is about the potent symbol you have become to their inner world, the living embodiment of an archetype they carry, a sacred image of the ideal partner. But herein lies the inherent challenge. When someone falls in love with an internal image projected onto you, they are not truly perceiving you in your entirety, your full human complexity. They are seeing a meticulously constructed fantasy, a sacred ideal, a complex psychological construct that exists more in their mind than in objective reality. You become the canvas for a projection that was meticulously painted long before your arrival, a role you can never perfectly fulfill because no human can be a perfect archetype. And the moment your authentic self begins to emerge, your imperfections, your inherent contradictions, your undeniable human nature, the little habits they might find annoying, or the unexpected personality traits that deviate from their ideal cherished fantasy begins to fracture. What once felt divinely perfect becomes perplexing. What once seemed flawless now feels undeniably intricate and frustrating. Conflicts inevitably surface, followed by an unavoidable sense of disappointment. As the gap between the ideal and the real becomes apparent, the fragile illusion collapses under the undeniable weight of truth, much like a carefully built sandcastle dissolving with the incoming tide of reality. This is why so many initially passionate relationships, which begin with an exhilarating euphoria that seems too good to be true, often culminate in disarray, confusion, and even bitterness. They were not founded upon a bedrock of mutual understanding and acceptance of real humanity, but rather upon an archetypal projection, an unconscious script desperately attempting to play itself out in the tangible world. However, no human being can perpetually embody an archetype. Reality always intrudes, bringing with it the complexities of two separate individuals. If you're finding these insights as captivating as I am, and if this exploration of the unconscious forces shaping our connections is resonating with you, please consider taking a moment to share this video with anyone who might benefit from these profound ideas. Perhaps it's a friend grappling with recurring relationship patterns, a family member seeking deeper understanding of their own attractions, or even a colleague interested in the depths of human psychology. And if you'd like to actively support the work we do here, helping us continue to bring you deep, thought-provoking content that empowers personal growth and psychological insight, you can leave a donation by simply clicking the thanks button located just below this video. Your generous support genuinely makes a world of difference to us, allowing us to delve into more such vital topics and reach a wider audience seeking meaningful understanding. Now, let's delve deeper into this fascinating journey of self-discovery and relational understanding. Despite the profound emotional turmoil and confusion that projection frequently engenders, Jung did not interpret this as a failure. On the contrary, he firmly believed it constituted an indispensable component of our personal growth, a necessary stage in the journey towards psychological maturity. Love, in this context, is not merely an ephemeral emotional experience, a fleeting feeling. It is a formidable instrument of transformation, a powerful catalyst for change within us. Every individual we develop deep feelings for inevitably becomes a mirror, reflecting aspects of our own inner world back to us, sometimes beautifully, sometimes uncomfortably, and what we perceive reflected in them is precisely what we are compelled to acknowledge and integrate within ourselves. Some individuals illuminate our latent potential, revealing strengths or capacities we never knew we possessed, inspiring us to reach for new heights, while others expose our most profound anxieties and insecurities, forcing us to confront them head-on. Some ignite our creative spirit, urging us to pursue artistic or innovative paths that lay dormant, while others bring our deepest insecurities to the forefront, pushing us towards self-acceptance and shadow integration. Yet, all of them serve the identical psychological purpose: to accelerate the intricate process of individuation, the profound journey of becoming a complete, integrated self, recognizing and embracing all facets of one's personality, both light and shadow, conscious and unconscious. When someone falls deeply in love with you, they may genuinely believe they are witnessing something truly extraordinary within you, a special spark or quality, and in a sense, they are. But the true magic resides not just in your being, but in what you awaken inside them. The dormant aspects of their own psyche stirring to life, often for the very first time. You are not merely a person, you are a potent symbol, a pivotal turning point, a profound psychological invitation to their own evolution, a stepping stone on their path to wholeness. And the same profound truth applies in reverse. The individuals you fall in love with, particularly those who profoundly shake you, who irrevocably alter your trajectory, who even cause you heartache, they are not random occurrences or cruel twists of fate. They are carriers of profound meaning, powerful catalysts for your inner evolution, serving a deeper purpose in your psychic development. Some individuals enter your life to awaken what lies dormant within you. Others arrive to impart lessons you have steadfastly refused to learn, perhaps about setting boundaries, cultivating self-worth, or letting go of control. Still others come simply to present you with your own reflection, whether distorted or remarkably clear, depending on your readiness to truly perceive it without judgment or denial. Not all of these significant relationships are destined for permanence. Some are designed to disrupt, like a sudden storm clearing the air, breaking old patterns. Others are meticulously crafted to shatter ingrained patterns of behavior or thinking that no longer serve your growth. Jung referred to these encounters as synchronistic occurrences that lack a logical connection yet possess an undeniable, profound meaning, appearing to be meaningful coincidences that hold deep personal significance. When someone appears in your life at a precise, opportune moment and evokes powerful, undeniable feelings, it may not be a mere coincidence. Your unconscious, and theirs, was prepared, operating on a deeper level of readiness, and the very meeting itself was an unmistakable harbinger that profound change had already commenced within their own being, setting the stage for a new chapter. These are not errors, not even the painful ones, not even those that leave indelible scars, especially those, for they often hold the deepest lessons and compel the most significant growth. If this video has prompted you to reflect deeply on your own experiences with love and connection, I genuinely invite you to share your insights in the comments section below. Perhaps you have a story about a relationship that helped you uncover something profound about yourself, or an aha moment when you recognized a projection at play in your life. I am truly eager to hear your unique perspectives and what resonated most with you. Your experiences add valuable layers to this conversation, and we can all learn from each other. And before you go, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a cherished member of our community by subscribing to the channel. Just hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us continue to create more deep, thought-provoking content about psychology, relationships, and the vast inner world that shapes us all. Let's continue this journey of discovery together, building a community of conscious connection and understanding, one insight at a time.